WRMN 10 o'clock news. Good morning, I'm Dennis Green. On today's show, we've got how St. Alexius Child Life Internship has reshaped pediatric care. Barrington Village Board approves Claremont development. And we've got some elected leaders from Evanston that are going to appear on Survivor. It's currently 66 degrees in downtown Elgin. We're going to hit a 72 for the high right now, with a 54 as that low. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday all coming in sunny, with Thursday having a high of 74, Friday a high of 82, and Saturday a high of 84. Before we get started with the rest of our news, we just want to do a lottery rundown real quick. Good luck. These are the results for Tuesday, September 23rd. The midday pick 3, 6, 3, 7, with a 7 on the end. Midday pick 4, 8, 2, 5, 3, with that 6. Also, the evening pick 3 coming in at 9, 9, 2, with 7 as that kicker. And the evening pick 4, 4, 9, 8, 8, with that 4 fireball. Midday lucky comes in at 2, 8, 13, 19, and 43. And the evening lucky comes in at 16, 25, 35, 36, 38, and Mega Millions worth $451 million is 13, 24, 41, 42, 70, with that 18 on that last ball. Good luck to everybody. We travel now over to Lake Beach, Round Lake Beach, where a teenager is charged in a shooting on Tuesday night. Round Lake Beach police arrested a 17-year-old boy in connection with a shooting that left a 19-year-old woman injured late Tuesday. The woman's wounds is, quote, non-life-threatening, police said. Her condition is unknown. Authorities were called to the 900 block of Clarendon Drive just after 10 p.m. and found the wounded woman outside of a parked vehicle and a man giving her first aid. The victim told investigators the shooting happened while she was inside the vehicle, and the 17-year-old suspect was an acquaintance who had fled on foot after the shooting. Police tracked the suspect down later in the evening and arrested him. He is being held in the county's juvenile detention center after being charged with aggravated battery with a firearm, aggravated discharge of a firearm, and aggravated battery with great bodily harm. You can keep track of all of the different things that are happening here in the area by going to thedailyherald.com, and also you can go to Shaw Local, who also has many of the local area news reports. Waukegan Police Department announced that they have arrested and charged the hit-and-run driver who struck and killed a Mundelein woman in Waukegan Sunday evening. The driver involved in the incident has been identified as Rosalina Vaca, 49, of Waukegan. Michelle Heidebrick, 36, of Mundelein, was struck in a hit-and-run crash that took place around 9:34 p.m. as she was crossing Grand Avenue near Jackson Street. She died a result of blunt force injuries suffered in the crash, the Lake County Coroner's Office reported. The driver of the vehicle fled the scene prior to the arrival of Waukegan police, according to the coroner's office. On Tuesday, Waukegan Deputy Police Chief Craig Neal said the driver had been identified as Rosalina Vaca. She told investigators she was driving a black 2016 Land Rover SUV when she struck something in the roadway. She reported she did not know that what she hit. later learning that a pedestrian had been fatally struck in the same area, Neal said. Vaca surrendered to the police and was charged with leaving a scene of a crash involving death, a Class 1 felony. She is being held for a first appearance court hearing. When we come back, we'll dive into how St. Alexius Child Life Internship has reshaped pediatric care as our featured story. Also, Neighbors in Need is seeking organizations to address hunger, homeless, and healthcare. You're listening to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Green.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
To the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Green. For more information about WRMN, visit WRMN1410.com. There you'll find our entire schedule and links to listen live, watch live, or join our social medias. How St. Alexius Child Life Internship has reshaped pediatric care is our headline for today. You can read more about this on the dailyherald.com. This is not only part of their e-edition, but also part of their paper as well. You can sign up for the Daily Herald. It's really easy. The e-edition is rather inexpensive. I think it's around $4 a week or so. If you are looking for paper every single time, they come in, I believe, at $4 a pop. So find pricing to stay informed with your local area at dailyherald.com. For 25 years, the Child Life Internship Program at Ascension St. Alexius Women and Children's Hospital in Hoffman Estates has been paving career paths in a service integral to most pediatric departments. Still, many remain unfamiliar with the service that's affected even those who ultimately became specialists upon learning of the opportunity. Katie Hammerberg, the child life coordinator at the hospital, not only founded the department itself in 1988, but the internship program in 2000. Since then, 64 students have been trained, including one of her longtime colleagues. While the interns have come from and returned from many areas of the country, some of their local destinations have been Lutheran Children's Hospital in Chicago, Advocate Lutheran General Hospital in Park Ridge, Advocate Christ Medical Center in Oak Lawn, and Loyola University Medical Center in Maywood. Hamburg said one of our recent students started a child life program for the Cancer Wellness Center in Northbrook. These specialists provide support and advocacy for children and their families during their stays, helping lessen their stress and coping with their diagnosis, procedures, and medical affected lifestyles. This often takes the form of therapeutic play and can involve educational and cooperative games as well as just listening. Hamburg said, our position is that play isn't an option, it's a necessity. Though the roots of the child life concept may date back a century, her early years at St. Alexius were ones of building understanding and acceptance among her medical colleagues. The Chicago native had found her own internship at Mount Sinai Hospital in 1987 after having graduated from college as a psychology major. She said of her 37-year professional journey, when I arrived, no one knew about child life here. It's been an incredible ride. By 2000, the department had well enough established to host an internship program aimed at preparing others for wherever they go. Letitia Alvarado of Elgin undertook the internship in 2002 and received a permanent job offer at the end. She was persuaded that the career better fit her when she heard Hamburg speak about it during her third year as an accounting major at Northern Illinois University. Alvarado said, I do not regret my change at all. Current intern Tatum Reddy of Bourbonnais was only at the beginning of her second year of college when learning about the child life solved her dilemma of going into either teaching or nursing. She graduated from Oviatt Nazarene University in May, and the internship is building rapidly on her classroom learning and prior volunteering. Reddy said, I had no idea what child life was. I wanted the medical side of life, but I wanted to work with kids. This is the perfect timing for all my desires. Hamburg said one of the biggest changes between her training and Reddy's is that today's students are learning more about prepping children for procedures. Alvarado added that many skills today's specialists learn on the job are now being taught up front. But just as she often assists in the emergency room, medical staff there have also been trained in some of what she does to help comfort children who arrive in the middle of the night. Last week, Hamburg and Reddy collaborated comforting the nerves of 9-year-old Juan Morales as he painted a picture in the hospital's family room with his mother during a break from his treatment. Juan said he still disliked the needles he'd encountered during his stay, but had fun with the games and Legos he found in the hospital. His mother, Jocelyn Bitcherin of Addison, said both the hospital stay and the support of child life were new to her and Juan. Jocelyn said, it's cool. It's nice. He's not happy with the needles, but with everything else, he's fine. Alvarado explained how specialists gently introduce the children to the equipment they'll be encountering, and that the most frequent phrase that they hear is, that wasn't so bad. Among the way they built peace of mind is by prohibiting medical interventions from taking place in either the playrooms or the teen lounge. The young patients have to know there's a safe place in the building where they're truly free of such obligations, Hamburg said. With retirement hovering in the horizon, Hamburg added that one of the final challenges of her career in a field that's seen such great change will be passing the torch of leadership to the generation of specialists she's done so much to prepare. I'm proud of what we've been able to accomplish here, she said. To read more and to see some of the amazing pictures taken by the Daily Herald, go to dailyherald.com. It's right there on the home page. Stick around for more WRMN 10 o'clock news after this. Political party poopers got you down? Shake it off and join me, Dennis Sonar Green, every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN for A Political Talk Show, where we cut through the doom and gloom with a focus on America first, constitutional values, and a populist perspective that puts you, the citizen, at the center of the conversation. At WRMN, the talk of the town, we're not afraid to challenge the status quo and bring you the straight talk you need. Whether you're frustrated with the political establishment or looking for a clear, some nonsense analysis, this show has you covered. Tune in. Let's take on the issues together with a fresh, unfiltered approach. Catch us every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN, A Political Talk Show. WRMN, the talk of the town.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. Northern Illinois Food Bank is among the past beneficiaries of the Neighbors in Need program. For the fifth year, the Daily Herald is partnering with Robert R. McCormick Foundation for the Neighbors in Need grant program to help address issues of hunger, homelessness, and health care faced by suburban residents and their families. The need is great, with food pantries and health assistance services struggling to meet the demand and shelter programs facing dropping temperatures in the weeks to come. We've reported on pads as well, needing of assistance as well for a $500,000 shortfall for just this year's budget, as we again go into this colder weather that's here. Each year, the Daily Herald selects several suburban-based charitable organizations whose work focuses on the needs and provides them with grants to help feed, house, and care for our fellow suburbanites. Once again, we would like your recommendations for worthy local organizations to fund. If you're a representative of a charitable organization who whose work focuses on hunger, homelessness, or health care and want to be considered, please email lminer, that's LMINER, at dailyherald.com by October 10th. Please use Neighbors in Need in the subject line. Volunteers and recipients of these organizations' services are welcome to encourage leaders to reach out, but requests should come from the organizations themselves. Daily Herald will publish stories about the recipients in November and December. The McCormick Foundation will contribute 50 cents for every dollar readers donate to the Neighbors in Need Fund. That means for every $1.50 will go to charities operating in the suburbs. To donate now, visit dailyherald.com/neighbors. This was a letter from Lisa Miner, Vice President and Executive Editor. We head on over to the suburbs as well as we go to our commercial break here. Windy City Bulls, the Hoffman Estates-based NBA G League affiliate of the Chicago Bulls, has released its 2025-26 promotional schedule. Windy City hosts its opening night November 8th at the Now Arena with Matas Brulis bobblehead giveaway for the first 1,500 fans in attendance. The promotions extend through the season until the final home game on March 8th, when the team will celebrate Chicago Pope with the commemorative Pope Leo bobblehead for early arriving fans. For a full schedule, visit WindyCityBulls.com or call 847-396-7070. We head on over to Lombard. The Lombard Park District has installed its first 5 automated external defibrillators at district parks for public use. The AEDs are life-saving devices that check a person's heart rhythm and deliver a shock if necessary during a cardiac emergency. The Lombard Park District has installed the AEDs in the bathroom shelters at Four Seasons and Lombard Common, near Madison Meadow soft fields and the football field, at the Sunset Knoll baseball concession stand and the Southland Shade structure. Visit lombardparks.com/AED1 for more information. Stick around. We're headed over to Schaumburg to talk about the Schaumburg GOP and Kane County shredding event, along with the Kane County board member explaining his comments on the LGBTQ plus community. Thanks for listening to WRMN. I'm Dennis Green. This is the WRMN 10 o'clock news.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Cintas. A man is in custody in connection with the burglary that occurred September 15th at All the Smokes in Batavia. 23-year-old Trey Austin, a resident of the 1000 block of South Jackson Street in Batavia, was taken into custody September 19th and charged with burglary and criminal damage. Officers responded to the smoke shop on Wilson Street just before 9:45 p.m. to find evidence of forced entry through the front door. Officials did not say in Monday's update what was stolen. Aquastar Corporation is recalling over 85,000 pounds of shrimp sold at Kroger stores because they may have been prepared, packed, or held under unsanitary conditions and become contaminated with cesium-137. CS-137 is a man-made radioisotope of cesium. The recall affects stores in 31 states, including Illinois. About a year after the Algonquin Commons went on the market, it has sold for $100 million. Red Mountain Group, which is based in California, announced in recent days the 600,000 square foot Algonquin Shopping Center had been sold to Naveen Real Estate, which is a global real estate investment company. The Algonquin Commons has added several tenants since 2021 when Red Mountain Group bought the shopping center. At that time, the Commons was at 60% capacity. Now it is at 94% capacity, according to a news release. One person was minorly injured in a house fire that broke out September 18th in the 200 block of Ashland Court. 4 engines, 2 trucks, 2 medic units, and 2 chief officers, for a total of 24 personnel, responded to the single-family home at 12:17 p.m. Crews found a fire in a 3-season room attached to the back of the property and deployed hose lines to contain and extinguish it. The fire was contained to the room in which it started. The adult resident sustained a minor wrist injury and was assessed by medics on the scene but declined hospital transport. The house was deemed habitable, but residents chose to stay with family members. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Think about it. You take thousands of steps every day. Shouldn't every single one of them feel amazing? Well, with Arch Fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins, they can. Skechers teamed up with podiatrists to design a shoe that provides amazing arch support for all-day comfort. And best of all, you get all this comfort, stability, and support with the ease of Skechers slip-ins technology. Just slip them on. There's no bending down and no struggling to tie your shoes. Just step in and go. Try Arch Fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever comfortable footwear is sold.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has 2 convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. Now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's Touchless Car Wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. High wave action and dangerous currents expected at Lake Michigan beaches through Thursday morning. Today, partly sunny with a high near 71. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 55. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 73. Currently, it is 68 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
To the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I want to remind you that there is a free clinic, free dental, free vision, free medical over at Judson University, October 18th and 19th, over at the clinic doors that we're going to open at 6 a.m. Registration closes when the clinic reaches capacity for the day. So make sure you register pretty early. That's over at the north entrance from River Road by Providence College, Judson University Fitness Center. Free dental, so you're getting fillings, cleanings, extractions. Free vision, eye exams, glaucoma testing, and eyeglasses. Free medical, general medical, women's health, and more. Absolutely no ID required. It is first come, first served, and the clinic is organized by Heal Elgin Project, a mission-minded worldwide and better vision, better hope in partnership with Judson University and the city of Elgin. So it is right off of 90 and where 31 comes in together. So again, that's Judson University Fitness Center, 1151 North State Street. This is a 100% free clinic, no ID required, first come, first serve for dental, vision, and medical. Clinic doors are going to open at 6 a.m. and registration closes when the clinic reaches capacity for the day. So if you've been putting off some of those things because of prices and because of insurance and because of anything else that's out there, make sure you set your calendar for October 18th and 19th for that free clinic over at Judson University. We're going to continuously remind you as we get closer and closer. This is a fantastic public service put together by the city of Elgin and Judson University. So we're going to stick around with the suburbs, and we're going to head over to Schaumburg real quick, where the Schaumburg GOP meeting, because the Schaumburg Township Republican Organization will hold its monthly breakfast meeting on Saturday, September 27th at Chandler's Chop House in 401 North Roselle Road in Schaumburg. The meeting will feature statewide Republican candidates for governor, U.S. Senate, Attorney General, and Secretary of State. After the presentation, there will be an opportunity for questions from the audience. Check-in will begin at 8 a.m. Registration and payment by midnight Thursday at stgop.org under events. It's required to get the discounted breakfast price of $23. The cost at the door is $26. Let's head on over to Kane County, and we'll be holding its fall Shred and More recycling event from 8 a.m. to noon Saturday, September 27th at 540 South Randall Road in St. Charles. The event offers Kane County residents secure on-site document shredding and a place to donate for recycled items, including clothing, shoes, textiles, books, bikes, home goods, and leftover paint. Residents can bring up to 4 banker boxes of papers for shredding. Small businesses are not eligible. All services are free except latex paint recycling. Visit canecounty.gov/recycling/pages/recycling-events.aspx to find out more. We're going to stay in Kane County as Kane County board member clarifies his comments about LGBTQ plus community and shootings. A Kane County board member, David Young, is seeking to clarify recent comments he made regarding shootings, the LGBTQ plus community, and Democrats. The Plano Township Republican spoke last week as a citizen, not as a board member, at committee meetings where he appeared to blame the LGBTQ plus community, transgender people, and Democrats for school shootings and the September 10th killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The quote went on and said, "The Democratic Party embraces this LGBTQ plus group, including a lot of people here on this Kane County board," Young said. "They embrace the culture of death. They embrace evil. I want to know when will this group, this evil group, be denounced by any leader of the Democratic Party?" After facing tremendous pushback, Young attempted to clarify over the weekend. He said, "I can see where people thought I meant the whole LGBTQ plus community," Young said in a telephone interview Sunday. "They are not the evil group. They are not evil and want to kill people." Instead, Young said he was referring to 4 specific cases that apparently involve transgender suspects, including shootings at a Christian school in Nashville in 23, a Catholic school in Minneapolis in August, and the killing of Kevin Doherty in August in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. The 4th that Young cited was the shooting in Kirk on September 10th. Although the facts are still emerging regarding Kirk's accused killer, authorities have said his roommate and possible romantic partner is transgender, according to published reports. Young said those 4 who perpetrated those shootings are part of that group. My speech was about those individuals, those specific instances. County Board member Michael Linder, a St. Charles Democrat, said he was skeptical about Young's clarification. Linder said, I think he has been pretty direct. His thing was pretty hateful and pretty direct. It was wrong of him to use Charlie Kirk's death as a reason to vilify Democrats and this board and the LGBTQ plus community. Linder said that Young knew what he was doing when he made the initial remarks. A quote directly from Linder said he just didn't think there would be pushback. To read more about this following story, head on over to Daily Herald or Shaw Local to find more about this. Again, the title was Kane County Board Member Clarifies His Comments About the LGBTQ plus Community Shooting. We're coming up to the end of the show today, but thanks for listening to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. If you ever miss an episode, you can go on over to youtube.com where you can find the playlist of 10 o'clock news where our engineer, Matt McNeil, makes sure that's posted before he goes on the air at 11. Stick around. Shelikowski aides try to win votes on Survivor. This is the WRMN 10 o'clock news. It's 67 degrees here in Elgin. I'll see you after this.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Looking for expert care in orthopedic or spine surgery? Prime Healthcare's St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin is proud to offer top programs to our region. With a robust line of treatment options, St. Joseph Hospital specializes in minimally invasive procedures along with an advanced imaging suite to assist with orthopedic and back surgeries. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types and home to highly trained expert healthcare professionals, St. Joseph Hospital is here for your every surgical need.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Green. 67 degrees here in the Fox River Valley. We're marching to our high of 72 in this mostly cloudy day, but have no fear. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, super sunny. Thursday with a high of 74 as our temperatures start to climb to 82 on Friday and 84 on Saturday. As U.S. Representative Jan Schakowsky, Communications Director Alex Moore can take the heat, but finding allies and fending off foes in the torrid Fiji weather demanded a whole new set of skills. The Evanston native appeared on the 49th season of CBS's Survivor Wednesday. One of will appear on the Survivor on Wednesday. One of 18 castaways battling to win $1 million. Asked how bona fide the competition was, Moore said it's 100% real. The blood, the sweat, and tears you see on the screen are real, he added. As for the surroundings, quote, being out there in Fiji is way different from the beach in Evanston. You have stuff falling all over you. You hear noises, and you're like, I don't know what could be out there. In a swimming segment, he said, you're looking around and are there sharks over there? On top of that, there are these weird animals and insects flying around. You wake up with bites on you and don't even know where that came from. Medical crew is available for emergencies, but that didn't help with sleep deprivation and extreme temperatures, Moore said. Longtime host Jeff Probst called it one of the hottest seasons in 25 years, he noted. The 27-year-old former high school basketball player considers himself pretty fit. Even so, he said the thing that surprised him most was how physically demanding the show's challenges are. They are also mental challenges that require outmaneuvering equally conniving contestants without giving offense that could lead to being voted off. Moore said, people are hiding what their profession is. You really don't know someone's true occupation. Moore, who said he didn't disclose his job title because of the fraught political climate. I think it would have been a huge misstep because people would want me out if they found out I worked for a Democrat. So I went there saying I was a public affairs consultant. I work in D.C. I do D.C. things. Moore calls his parents an interracial couple who dealt gracefully with prejudice his greatest aspiration. He recalled, my whole life I've tried to fit in. I'm half black, half white. People said, you're too black for your white friends and you're too white for your black friends. That experience paid off in the illusionary world of Survivor. I'm used to having to be a chameleon, Moore said. This is a game of being up and being down. No one goes on Survivor and is up the whole time. That's impossible. Moore can't reveal his fate, but the saga really showed me what's important and what's not as I come back to this super connected world we live in. Read more about Shanakowski's aide, Mr. Moore, jumping on Survivor. For our next, we are going over to Vernon Hills, where Vernon Hills police clarify the arrest of a sex offender near a school. A McHenry man is being held on felony charges of failing to register as a sex offender and loitering in a school zone as a sex offender, involving a situation on the morning of September 17th near the Hawthorne Elementary District and 73 North Campus. Responding to community concerns, Vernon Hill Police, in a news release Tuesday clarified and provided detail of the circumstances that led to charges against Timothy McKinley Murphy of 42. According to police, a community service officer during parking and traffic enforcement saw a pickup truck illegally parked on Hawthorne Parkway near Elementary North with an extremely large teddy bear in the bed of the truck. Checking a law enforcement database, the community service officer learned the owner was a registered child sex offender and notified police. A school resource officer worked with detectives and launched an investigation. At the same time, a safety plan was implemented to ensure the area and vehicle were monitored at all times students were present. Deputy Chief Shannon Hulubetz said, information obtained suggested McKinley Murphy regularly spent time at his girlfriend's home on Washington Court, which was within 500 feet of Hawthorne Elementary North and Cynthia T. Peterson Park, Hulubetz said. Hulubetz is quoted as saying, "We know we have a registered sex offender. The teddy bear raised another level of suspicion." He said police were not aware of McKinley Murphy approaching or making contact with any students. In a social media post Monday, police said that they had probable cause for an arrest within 24 hours after interviews with McKinley Murphy, a key witness, and an evaluation of the facts in light of complex Illinois law. Hulubetz said McKinley Murphy had not declared as a child sex offender with Vernon Hills as required by law. He was arrested September 18th at his girlfriend's home. McKinley Murphy is charged with 1 count of failing to register as a sex offender, 5 counts of loitering in a school zone as a sex offender, both felonies, and 1 misdemeanor count of loitering near a public park as a child sex offender. He is being held in Lake County Jail pending trial. A preliminary hearing is set for August 15th. Why don't we just continue through the rest of the hour for this? We won't take another break. Let me just find our next service and our next story. If you want to learn more about WRMN, please head on over to WRMN1410.com to find more information about our streaming services or some of the programming that we will put up. Matt Shaw explains his decision to attend Kirk's memorial instead of playing against Cincinnati. Matt Shaw stood in front of his locker and calmly explained why he chose to skip Sunday's game in Cincinnati to attend a memorial service for slain podcaster Charlie Kirk in Glendale, Arizona. Shaw said he met Kirk, a Northwest suburban native, his past off-season because they live in the same apartment complex in Arizona. He said Kirk was the biggest Cubs fan he knew and would text after every game. He said, quote, his wife Erica had texted me asking if I would come to the funeral, Shaw said, and I felt as though it was really something that was really important for me to do. Kirk was no doubt a controversial figure, and Sunday's memorial service often seemed more like a political rally. But Shaw kept steering the conversation to faith and religion, which he said was the main reason he and Kirk found common ground. And he's willing to accept any criticism he might receive for his friendship with Kirk or the decision to leave the Cubs. Shaw said, absolutely, I'm not concerned at all. My connection with Charlie was through our faith. That's something that drives me every day. That's the reason why I'm able to do what I do every day. And that's something I'm extremely thankful for. Shaw said he first brought the idea of skipping Sunday's game to the manager, Craig Counsell, Wynn sought the advice of several veteran teammates and informed other players of his plans. Wynn, with left-hander Andrew Abbott on the mound for the Reds, the Cubs lost 1-0 and are still trying to cinch home field advantage in the wild card playoff series. Shaw also confirmed the reason he left the starting lineup on September 10th in Atlanta was because he was distraught about Kirk's shooting death. He said, "I kind of had turmoil of what I should do. So I asked teammates for their input on what they thought I should do, and they gave me a lot of support, a lot of really good advice in those moments." Obviously, Cones was taking to Jed Hoyer in the front office, and they were communicating on that end. But I made sure that everybody I talked to, I had their support. They knew why I was going, that I wasn't leaving just to leave, that it was something that was really important to my faith. Shaw stressed that he doesn't have social media, so he didn't follow Charlie Kirk and does not see any comments from others. He said, "Of course, Danielle, my wife, who will get things sent to her, and that's something we understand that people have different opinions. All we can do is continue to try to bring kindness into the world and continue to be a good person for my teammates, for my friends, and my family." Thank you for listening to WRMN's 10 o'clock news. If you want to learn more about the programming here on WRMN, including the WRMN 10 o'clock news and the next show coming up, Out to Lunch with Matt McNeil, go to WRMN1410.com, where you'll see profiles of our hosts right there and learn about upcoming events. This has been the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Sonar Green. Be sure to follow us on whatever platform you're listening. Have a fantastic day.